As we prepare for the catastrophic rumbling, it feels as though Isayama wants to break every layer of our minds along the way. In just one episode, we were given a sneak peek into the horrid plan that Zeke is bound to unleash. Our favorite members of the Scout Regiment finally meeting the Jaegerists, Eren's confrontation beginning with Mikasa and Armin as Gabby sits as a bystander, and our least favorite character finally getting what the fans have been waiting for. We're happy to bring you this week's episode breakdown as the War for Paradise arc is in full throttle, riding through Attack on Titan Season 4, Episode 13, Children of the Forest. Before we get into this week's episode breakdown, we would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button for some more Attack on Titan and ReZero episode breakdowns. Like if you enjoyed this video, and comment what you thought of the episode. We appreciate your support. The episode begins with Zeke and Levi still camping out in the woods, a dream date for some of the fandom based on some, interesting fan art that's been popping up on Reddit, but unfortunately more of a horrifying revelation, as Zeke revealed what really happened to the villagers from Connie's home, Ragako. Zeke revealed that using a gas weapon made from his spinal fluid, he is able to freeze any Eldian it comes into contact with, and gives him the ability to turn subjects of Ymir into Titans. As Isayama has been known for and Pixis has cleverly revealed in his past dialogue with Yelena, a lie is most believable when mixed with the truth. Zeke explains himself as if he's giving all the information needed to understand his ability, but we have yet to see how much control he has over the spinal fluid and how exactly his ability works. While we've seen Zeke use his powers to drop Titan bombs in Season 4, Episode 1 effectively, why is it that in Season 2, Episode 10, when Connie enters the village and sees his mother, she was incapable of moving and was somehow able to barely express her emotions? What are the exact differences between a direct injection of spinal fluid versus the impact of Zeke's spinal fluid when drank or breathed in? Next, we get to appreciate a rare moment in the Attack on Titan universe as we get a beautiful fan service moment from the fan favorite Captain Levi. As Zeke accuses Levi of not being popular, Levi shocked the world as he denies the claim, telling Zeke that he was popular enough. While we can't truly know what was going on in his mind, we have a strong intuition that Levi was thinking of our dearly missed Petra. We'll come back to learning more about Levi as it was easily one of our favorite moments in the episode. Zeke's lack of guilt can be seen through Levi and any other individual watching this episode, and as he shifts toward explaining that there isn't any time left, he expresses a confident statement that holds a double-edged sword for both Zeke's plans to unleash his Titan powers, as well as the knowledge that Marleyan invaders are already on the island. We then turn to a scene that everyone's been waiting for as the most despised character of the show makes her way to the beautiful restaurant with the Blouse family and Falco. Gabby starts to get nervous, but Kaya assures her that Niccolo is a Marleyan and that he can be trusted. A horribly misleading statement. As they start eating, Falco and Gabby are amazed by how great the quality of food is. With Gabby somehow able to eat a full meal without immense pain in her eyes, we see just a tiny glimpse of character development, though this doesn't quite last. The scene is interrupted by the Survey Corps making their way to the restaurant in their pursuit to find Niccolo and interrogate him regarding their real intentions. It was clear already that Niccolo was hiding something, as we saw from Episode 10, a sound argument, when the ominous music appeared around Grease and Niccolo's interaction regarding the wine. A seemingly team-oriented decision that leads to questionable deceit from Grease later this episode. But we get to see the humanity from Niccolo as he fakes his hatred towards the Eldians to save Jean and Connie from drinking the spinal fluid wine. As Niccolo runs to the wine cellar in relief, Gabby and Falco enter. As Gabby reveals confidently that she was the one to kill Sasha, our hearts break as Falco once again protects the most hated character of the show, which is slightly upheaved by the oh-so-satisfying hit that Niccolo gives Gabby. Niccolo then proceeds to hand Sasha's father the knife that he held at Falco's wine-soaked bloody head, and tells him that if he does not avenge his daughter, he will. The entire following scene laid out one of the most beautifully articulated expressions of human nature we could have asked for. Niccolo's humanity is shown through his immense hatred for Gabby. Sasha's father's humanity is shown through his ability to shoulder the sins that Sasha had committed. And the most satisfying expression of true human nature, shown through Kaya's attempt to slaughter Gabby in front of everyone, screaming, "How dare you kill her? You murderer! I thought you were a friend!" The expression in Gabby's eyes was a perfect representation of her complete confusion surrounding the scene. Kaya, once so sweet and welcoming to Gabby and Falco, transformed into murderous rage. Niccolo, wanting to kill the person who murdered his love, but feeling disgusted with himself for hurting a child. And Sasha's parents, who showed mercy when Gabby least expected it, finally presents Gabby with an opportunity to face the consequences of her actions. But not under her terms. She wished to die for the cause, a happy ending from her perspective, but instead received something far worse. Gabby had to face the realization that her actions had real-life, traumatic implications for other people. She had to face the fact that these people were not murderous monsters like she had been conditioned to believe, but normal people who felt heartbreak and sorrow, just like her. Just like Gabby felt the loss of her comrades, so did the people standing right before her. Watching Sasha's parents, siblings, lovers, and friends break down this episode was a real tearjerker. But not just for us. It seemed like Gabby may actually have experienced something that could change her Eldian-hating ways. The episode then turns back to Zeke and Levi's company in the forest, as we finally get a long-awaited glimpse into the fan-favorite Captain Levi's brain. As Levi talks about his regrets of relying on Eren as the hope of humanity, the deaths of his comrades are superimposed on the trees behind him. Their gruesome and untimely ends consume the screen, like we imagine they consume Levi. From the show's beginning, Levi has been the only character not to idolize or fear Eren. In fact, he's been the only character we've consistently seen kicking Eren into shape. Literally. In many ways, Levi's relationship with Eren is more real than any other. He's not blinded by loyalty to Eren like Mikasa, who has had the blindfold ripped off and is now facing the harsh reality of who he really is. His friendship with Eren is not rooted in the illusion of similar morals, like Armin, who is now seeing Eren's real moral compass at work. Levi has always seen Eren for what he is. He has never separated Eren from the sacrifice he and his comrades have been forced to make for the sake of humanity. He has never trusted Eren more than as a means to an end. But now we see regret consume Levi. Knowing all of Eren's flaws, knowing that he did not trust Eren, he pinned all of his hopes on him anyway, seeing Eren as the only hope for humanity. And he was right to do that. After all, what hope did the people of Paradise have without the power of a Titan shifter? This scene does an amazing job at highlighting the toll this has taken on Levi. We finally get to see what he's really thinking, to understand him as a character with not just insanely badass moments, but someone that feels emotions just like the other soldiers. Sadness, guilt, anger, remorse. He blames himself for leading his comrades to their deaths, sacrificing them time and time again in hopes of a better future. Because now it is clearer than ever that the person he was sacrificing them for is as untrustworthy as he always suspected. It hurts to say out loud, but as soon as we get a deeper understanding of a character and we grow in our feelings towards them, a terrifying red flag creeps up in the background. Episode 10 ends with a scene of Zeke sitting by the fire and the scouts drinking wine happily. While we don't know whether Levi drank any of the wine, it's safe to assume that he wouldn't be affected in the same way, as the Ackerman bloodline is known to react differently to spinal fluid, as Rod Race revealed in Season 3, Episode 7. Unfortunately, as the Season 4 trailer has shown, Levi will be surrounded by Titans in a tight area, and it's looking as though those Titans just might be everyone in the forest. As things heat up towards this likely near future, we turn back to the Survey Corps as Eren interrupts Reiner and Berthold style with his gang of Jaegerists. The Jaegerists tell Hanji to take them to Zeke as they're well aware of the fact that Commander Pixis' agreement to surrender is merely a trap laid out to take the founding Titan from Eren. We're given another product of civil war as Grease reveals that he knew exactly what was being planned, but didn't trust Niccolo after he'd seen the care he'd grown for the island. This can be seen in Episode 10 as well, as he was not revealed clearly, but it can be seen that he was the same waiter who served the exquisite Ude Zeke spinal fluid to high-ranking military officers earlier this season while they were fighting over the right course to deal with Historia. We see a horrifyingly wicked smile from Flock, a completely different character from how we remembered him in Season 3. From the terrified, helpless yelling soldier that couldn't fight Eren and Mikasa to get Erwin resurrected, to pointing a gun at Hanji's face with genuine intent to end her life. We see the influence of not only the world around him, but also Yelena, as his face brings about the same level of malevolence hiding behind the smile and his regular expression. The episode ends with a reunion we've all been waiting for, but with a twist. Eren enters the room with Gabi, Mikasa, and Armin, but he holds a bleeding hand up so all can see. The same threat that he gave Reiner and Marley has been placed onto his two greatest friends. While we don't know what the conversation will bring, it truly makes us believe that Eren is too far gone. This level of violence, even in front of the ones he cares for the most, brings about a horrifying foreshadowing. We believe that in the near future, Eren is going to have to make a decision, and that decision may cost one of his closest friends' lives. Whether that be Armin, Mikasa, or Hanji is yet to be seen. As we wait for that horrifying moment, Zeke's plan to be set in motion, and to see just how much Gabi has really been affected by the emotional events at the restaurant, we want to thank you for watching this week's episode breakdown of Attack on Titan. Until next week, we hope you enjoyed, and we'll be back for Season 4, Episode 14, and this Wednesday for ReZero Season 2, Episode 23. Until then, don't forget to toss us a like, subscribe, and feel free to comment below if we missed anything. Also, check out our Attack on Titan and ReZero playlists for past episodes. Thanks for watching.